Okay, it's recording. I'll give you the structure for a successful report. When you write a report in English, and remember, this is something that may appear in the exam or in any certificate exam, advanced certificate exam that you take, the structure is the following. First, when you write a report, report about something, first of all, you need an introduction. In the introduction, you should include very clear and very specific information. You should include the purpose, state the purpose of your report. State the purpose. The purpose, for example, the purpose of this report is blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this report presents blah, blah, blah with the purpose of investigating blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the purpose. Yeah, that is important. Then you should also explain where the information you're reporting came from. Also in the introduction, you should mention the source. Yeah, the source of your data, yeah? The source of your data. So the data gathered here, the evidence, yeah? The evidence comes from interviews, the evidence comes from study, the evidence comes from scientific research, yeah? The evidence comes from blah, blah. Do you mind sitting down here? Is that all right? Thank you. There's the gap there. Okay. The source of your data, yeah? Interviews, yeah? The evidence comes from interviews, from observations, from records, from data. That is important, yeah? The source of your data. After that, you should also organize information under headings, yeah? Organize info under headings. So, one heading, one paragraph. One heading, one paragraph. Headings. Yeah? One heading, one paragraph. One heading, one paragraph. Yeah? For example, the first heading is introduction. Yeah? And the last heading is conclusion. Yeah? And in between, you can think of a heading with the topic for each paragraph. Yeah? The specific topic for each paragraph. Those are the headings. Yeah? Titles, headings. What else should you do when you write a report? It should be balanced, okay? You should be quite balanced in the sense that you should present positive and negative points, yeah? Positive and negative points. Okay, when you have a report, the purpose is to improve something, yeah? The purpose is to improve something because this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. So listen to my report in order to improve. However, if you only mention the negative points, it would be too much. You should also mention positive things. Yeah? For example, if you write a report about this school, you should say, okay, there are not enough, blah, 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 but there are enough. The school is very good in terms of blah, blah, blah. However, blah, blah, blah could be improved. That is balanced. Yeah, criticize, but also say something good. Yeah. Okay. What else should you do? Summarize general findings in a conclusion. Yeah. When you have your conclusion, the last paragraph is a conclusion. Yeah. You should summarize the general findings, and you may use your opinion. Summarize your findings. In the conclusion, you should summarize your findings. So to sum up, yeah, in conclusion, the main findings are this, and that. Yeah? The main findings are this, and that. You can express your personal opinion only here, only in the conclusion. Yeah? Okay, yeah, it's okay to express your personal opinion. It's okay, but not in the rest. What does it mean? That the style in the whole report should be impersonal. You should never say, I think, I believe, in my opinion. No. No. Impersonal. Okay? It is belief, it is thought, according to the data. Impersonal. And there is only one moment in which you can give your personal opinion. Here, in the conclusion. So, bearing in mind all this data, I strongly believe that I, personal. Only in the conclusion. Okay? What else should I tell you? Yeah, that the whole style, the whole style of everything should be impersonal, should be formal, okay? Except one line in the conclusion, in which you can be personal, formal, but personal. Yeah. Those are the general guidelines for our reports. Just bear them in mind, yeah, as we analyze the model text. So far so good? Yeah? Good. Do you want to take a picture for David? Even though I'm already recording? Ah, your notes. Yeah. Your notes are better than this?
No, it's the same.
Just kidding, just kidding. Okay. Going back to the book, everybody, page 160. 160. 160. 160. Writing a report. Writing. Yeah. Here we are, writing a report. Okay, we're going to analyze a model text first. This is what we usually do, yeah? Page 160, yeah? 160. If you have photocopies or PDF, 102. So what we normally do is we analyze a model text. First, as an example, we study it, and then your homework will be to write a report. So the example text, this report, as you can see, there is an introduction, yeah? What do they do in the introduction? This report presents with the purpose of blah, blah, blah. This is useful language that you can use later. What are we doing? The purpose in the introduction. Then what else? Evidence comes from observations, scrutiny of data, formal contact with prisoner staff. What are we doing here? We are stating the source of information. You see that? Yeah? Source of information here, purpose here in the introduction. As you can see, what is this? What is this? Headings. You organize the paragraphs and the informations into headings, okay? So, the topic here is a report on educational opportunities at Fanhill Prison. Here you have a few men. Men in prison are called... Men who are in prison are called prisoners or IN inmates. Yeah, we have here some inmates here, and yeah, they're learning in prison. That is a good way to, if later when they are released, they can reinsert, integrate, fit into society. Very good. So before we read the text, question for you. So what facilities, services are you aware of that are designed to help prisoners reintegrate, this is the word, yeah? Reintegrate into society after release. So after release, a good thing that can help the inmates reintegrate when they're in prison is to have access to, I mean, before they are released. When they're in prison, good things for them when they're in prison, so that later they can reintegrate. Okay, one by one, to study there, to have access to education. So there are studies that show that the more you study, the better you fit into society. So if they have access to education in prison, then they will be better citizens. Anything else, or just education?
Maybe physical exercise?
That is good. Do you think that's good? They have a free gym. However, you have to pay for a gym. They have a free gym. Do you agree with that?
They have free food and free.
Free accommodation as well, yeah. In Spain, again, in Spain, some prisons are like hotels for other countries, yeah. In some other countries, nonetheless, prisons are hell.
Yes.
Have you seen these documentaries?
Yes.
In
Well,
That's
last
true.
year in Ecuador, they were cutting
El
Salvador people.
What did you say?
Heads?
Really?
You are
Beheading people? Like inmate to inmate, or like the sentence that
Because
they?
in Ecuador, I mean, my boyfriend is
Was that a
from
death
that
penalty?
country.
Was that a death penalty?
No. It
Or just
was
fight?
between prisoners.
Really?
Because the
Okay, this is the
were
stuff
fighting
now.
inside the.
And they just behead each other. That's
I
absolutely.
strongly recommend you a film, a Brazilian film called Carandiru. It's a real event in the past
Mm-hmm.
about a jail. It's very hard
But from
film.
this thing in Ecuador, even people was sending videos to WhatsApp. I don't know how.
Of the beheadings.
Of everything that was.
That's
going on
horrible.
there.
You know,
Because, by WhatsApp, I don't know if the prisoner were recording it and sending.
whenever I see this type of documentaries, I get depressed. However, I keep watching them. I don't know why. You know, when it's going on the TV, of course, I change the language, original version in English. And they show some prisons which are horrible. I think to myself, Jesus, behave well and never go to those countries.
But you
Huh?
I would like to go to Jerusalem.
You would like to go? Be careful there.
Of course.
If they send you to prison, oh my God. Wow. I saw a video the other day in YouTube about, this is amazing, about a guy, an American guy.
I'm
Sorry?
very recording this conversation, by the way.
Oh my God. It's okay. Sorry, David, just fast forward. Later, you can fast forward, yeah? Fast forward. I saw a video in YouTube the other day about a guy that went on a tour to North Korea. North Korea.
And,
Do you know the case?
yes, I
No.
saw a documentary where a Spanish man was in North Korea and he was like supporting the regime there.
Yeah,
Is that guy?
No.
Ah, okay.
but I know that one too.
Yeah.
American guy went to North Korea with a group, and then they were in a hotel, you know, with a group of tourists. And you know, in the hotel, the 5th floor was only for staff, not for tourists. So they went to the 5th floor on purpose, the tourists, just to see how they live, how North Korean people. And they saw that there were microphones and cameras everywhere, you know, like a very tough dictatorship. And just to see how they live. And then one of them,
1984.
yeah, like 1984 by George Orwell. And one of them took a poster. He ripped a poster from the wall and stored it to take it as a souvenir. A poster which contained propaganda about the regime. They saw that in the footage of the cameras and they arrested him just for taking a poster off the wall. And they sentenced him to 15 years of hard labor for stealing a poster from the wall. 15 years of hard labor.
No,
This-
contest.
The story continues. I'm not gonna tell it to you, but you can watch the YouTube video later. So education, exercise, any other good stuff at prison?
Psychological support.
Psychologists. Okay, talk to them. You guys need to go to a psychologist. You need to pay. You get it for free.
Well, you can hire for free that.
Maybe also volunteering, so that they learn how to help the society. with
Volunteering
something.
jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be in an open prison rather than a maximum security prison.
Oh, yes.
Maria?
Having a role in the a jail, like having a job, like washing clothes or
Earning some money, having an occupation, keeping the mind, learning some discipline, having the job. Very good. Things like that, yeah? Okay, so we're gonna read part of our report on education, provision, and a prison and focus on the content. Discuss the questions in pairs. So don't read the questions yet, okay? I want you simply to read part of the report. I want you to read. Only read, okay? And then later we can discuss the questions together. I want you to read only this and this. Not this. For the moment, don't read that. So the introduction, a couple of paragraphs, and the conclusion. Read these, and later I will ask you a few questions about it. Okay? Reading time. I'm going to stop the video for a second. Okay, have you finished reading that?
Yes.
All right, now let's have a look at these questions in exercise B here. Question number 1, orally, okay? Let's orally answer these questions. You don't need to write it down. Why do you think the report, who do you think the report was written for? For governors or local prisons, an educational committee, or interested general readers? A, B, or C? What do you think, guys?
A.
A, B? Any other opinions? C? Okay, let's vote. Who votes for C? Who votes for B? Who votes for A? It's A, okay? It's okay, it's directed to governors or local prisons so that with this information they can change the prison for the better. So for example, if you write a report about the school, who is it for? For the general public or for the people in charge? People in charge of the school who can make changes, okay? So the right answer is A. How about questions 2 and 3? Discuss with your partner. Sorry?
A report usually is followed.
It's for your boss. A report is for your boss.
Somebody that requests you
To do it, yeah. So they requested you. In this case, they the governors of the prison requested somebody to write a report so they can improve the prison. Yeah, two, and the three of you. Yeah, already discussed questions 2 and 3 and give reasons to each other.
He said that the first paragraph is the importance of
How the information was pertinent.
Which section is that?
Comes from
You can choose more than one section for.
Yeah, or more than one point. This is the whole section.
What
The
are the
introduction is the
extremes
section.
of the vision? What is
Findings.
Background information,
Introduction.
section 1. Is introduction.
Improving basic information.
What is the strength of the prison?
Its strength or its focus on improving basic numeracy and literacy.
Basic skills and cultural
Very good.
It is take from the part of the whole budget is
To place, yeah, place. Allocate more money, place more money, dedicate more money, yeah. Invest.
suppose that the
From
budget
another course.
of the jail is
Yeah, they have a budget, so they allocate a bigger amount into a certain, yeah, branch.
more and more
Now,
so
Okay. I think most of your questions Okay. No, go on. So it's 2 things. One of them is the recommendations are one of them is
But what is
the other one is provide more what? More training for teachers?
basic education? So
And
from the
for hours.
from the whole budget, take money for example from the gym and dedicate to allocating them to allocating it to
Okay. So which section of the report focus on the aim of the report, everybody? Which section? Introduction, yeah? Introduction. Background information. Introduction. Introduction. How the information was gathered. Introduction. So A, B, and C. Introduction. The findings. Body. Which paragraph? Second. So the findings are second paragraph and third paragraph. You could also name them by the section. Basic skills and vocational training, second paragraph, and secondary and higher education provision, third paragraph. A summary and action points. Conclusion. Yeah, so E and F. Conclusion. This is something that can help you later when you write your report. Remember, in the introduction, this, and this. Then your findings in the body. Yeah? And then action points in your conclusion. All right? Remember that in a summary, in your conclusion. This is also what I said at the beginning, right? Remember later. Okay, Yasbel and Rachel, tell me about the strengths of the prison.
It provides useful basic and vocational training.
Very good. There is an adequate amount of vocational training, yeah, and provisions. Anything else, Rachel? There is a strength.
No, we just said that.
Okay. Any other strength? Anybody? Only the adequate amount of vocational training? Another positive thing is that they focus on improving the basic numeracy and literacy. That is another good thing. There is a focus, yeah, on improving basic numeracy and literacy. Yeah.
Apprenticeship is
Apprenticeship is like training.
training.
Yeah, training.
En Spanish aprendiz, ¿no?
Apprenticeship is a noun. It's a general noun. It's not a person. It's a noun. Yeah. Apprenticeship. Yeah. Learning, training. Yeah. So apprenticeship schemes is like training programs. Yeah. Apprenticeship schemes, training programs. And what are the recommendations in your own words, Maria and Manuel?
Repeat the question.
Recommendations.
What recommendations
Oh,
are
no,
made?
outside.
Was 3 of them are made.
Mm-hmm.
They recommend allocating more budgets to educational provisions.
Yes.
I'm listening. Wait a second, sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes and then go because they're not just here, they're at the other side. Another thing I can do, even though it's not good for the air quality of the classroom, nonetheless. Be quiet. A bit better? Much better. You can feel the difference? Yeah. Somebody open that. We have the window anyway, so the air is good. And look at the meter. Can you repeat, Manuel, the
Allocating more budgets to educational provisions.
very good. Allocate more budget to education, provision, and the other thing, Maria, did you catch?
Also more hours devoted to higher level education.
More hours devoted to higher education. Very good. So as you can see, in your report, you should mention the strengths of the institution and you should also mention the recommendations. If you only make recommendations, that would be too critical. You know what I mean? Very critical. So you should have a balance. Okay, this is good, this is good, this is good, but you should do this, and do that. If you only give recommendations, it would be like too critical. So say the good things and the things that need to be improved. Both. Find a balance. So far so good? Okay, we're gonna read 3 more paragraphs here. And I want you to finish the recommendations for each one. Here we have, okay, so now read 3 more paragraphs, exercise C from the report, and with your partner, write some recommendations for each one. So I want you to read these, and this. The quality of teaching, attendance, and library. Again, what are these?
Heading.
Headings. Very important. Heading, paragraph. Heading, paragraph. Heading, paragraph. That is a report. Okay, when you read these paragraphs, you will be in a position to complete these sentences with your partner. Nonetheless, pay attention to the grammar though. Here, regarding the quality of teaching, it is suggested that, after that, what do you need in terms of grammar? Do you need a noun, a verb, or a clause? A clause. Here, you need a clause. And what is a clause? A clause has a subject and a predicate. Teachers might consider, okay, after consider, what do you think there? What do you think you need there? Infinitive? ING?
ING.
Yeah. So here the best thing you can add is ing. Nonetheless, an infinitive with 2 is also okay. Okay? So here give me a verb. Yeah, consider doing something or consider to do something. Attendance could be improved by, here what do you need? A verb, in which form? Infinitive or ing? ing. So here I want you to complete the sentence with ing, information from the text, yeah? In terms of the library, we strongly recommend, what do you need here? ing? Even better. Recommend doing something, yeah, it's okay. Or also, to plus infinitive. ing is okay. To plus infinitive and then the rest of the sentence, okay? So now individually, read the text and then in pairs, complete the sentences. Now reading time for a second there. Bless you. Okay, when you finish, you may complete the sentences with your partner.
Don't establish targets so the students
When they don't set achieve
they don't know where is his aim.
Or regarding the opinion.
They have to write the summary of the
Hey David, you can see over there.
also is there are
setting these parameters like But we can say in a short time.
Also,
Maybe
there is a lack of motivation due to his past emotional experience. So the institution should improve or encourage people in better solutions or medical solutions to encourage people to attend classes.
La internacionalización en particular es viable a la hora de vale invaluable.
but also advising with more time. Or maybe translating, but another day to record.
There is a storage of topics and digital
Maybe raising the number of teachers because teachers fail.
a los prisioneros.
If you have a second teacher could teach and the class would not be
These are accessible and well-used facility. The range of books is extensive.
increase the number of
Those is a storage
technologies.
a short age.
The number of new technologies. Access to internet, faster
Increase.
faster connection.
El libro que le pasa Pero que no lo he inventado. The Vision Teachers. Y teatro close, el que close es que no sé qué es pues sí, pues eso. It is suggested that teachers must
All right. Are you ready?
Yes,
Yes or no?
more or less.
Okay, I'll give you 1 more minute. Let's complete the sentences together. I already gave you the beginnings, like ing, infinitive, and so on. Victor, Pedro, and Elena, are you quite ready? Can you do the first sentence for us regarding the quality?
Regarding the quality of teaching, it is suggested that teachers should establish an adequate level of difficulty.
Okay.
That teachers should
establish an adequate level of difficulty with the task.
Okay, I agree. That teachers should establish an adequate level of difficulty. I agree.
And also setting, they should set more precise targets.
Achievable goals. Yeah, very good. Very good. I agree. In other words, you could also say that is correct what you said, but you could also say it is suggested that it should be more challenging. For example, yeah. It should be more challenging. And this is a clause because it has a subject and a predicate. Yeah? It should be more challenging. In other words, what you said is okay though. Yeah? Rachel, Yasbel, Teachers might consider. Can you give us a full sentence?
Teachers might consider monitoring them deeply.
Monitoring students.
Yes.
Okay. Any other? I think the idea that said Pedro can fit here. Teachers might consider.
It's different. Monitoring
Reaching goals.
the progress.
Setting achievable
About the
targets.
goals, Manuel.
Achieving setting achievable targets.
Very good. So teachers might consider setting achievable Yeah.
targets.
achievable targets or achievable goals. Yeah, targets or goals. Okay.
But also maintaining the progress, as Rachel said.
Also, yeah.
It's
Also.
very important. Control the progress of the students.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In order to be able where they are failing
Mm-hmm.
and improve
Yeah.
that rate.
To track their progress. Yeah. To track their progress. Yeah. I also accept that. Attendance could be improved by. Give it to me rather short. Eva and Mari Carmen.
Attendance could be improved by avoiding canceling classes at short notice.
Can you say again? By avoiding.
Avoiding canceling classes at short notice.
By avoiding cancelling classes at short notice. I agree. Grammar is fine also. ING. Any other possibility? Anybody?
After avoiding, avoid always in ing.
Maybe more constant.
We could encouraging inmates.
Encouraging inmates. Okay, encouraging. I like it. But you could also say
Rewarding.
rewarding who?
Attendance.
Inmates, for example. Yeah. But yeah, the possibilities that you guys said are also okay. There is more than one possibility here. So rewarding inmates. Any comment, Pedro, that you have in mind? So far, so good. In terms of the library, we strongly recommend back to Manuel and Maria. Infinitive with to.
Yes.
We recommend to
To increase the amount of computers and digital resources.
to increase the amount of computers. Okay. To purchase more computers, for example. Yeah. And digital resources. Yeah. Yeah. To improve or to purchase. Yeah. You could say to improve or to purchase. Yeah. To purchase more computers and digital resources, for example. Yeah. To purchase more computers and digital resources. Very good.
Speed connection.
Sorry.
Improving speed connection.
Very good. Yeah, recommend to improve internet connection. Yeah, accessibility. Very good. Very good. So far, so good, guys. Do you know what cohesion and coherence is in a text? Cohesion and coherence.
Coherence, yes.
What makes a text coherent? What makes a text cohesive? Well, come on.
Cohesive is that you use the proper linkers and grammar, and coherence is the link of the ideas. I mean, the way the ideas are related.
Very good. Again, for your classmates. I knew you would know. Oh my god, your GPS. The explanation was so important that even your GPS got lost. Yeah. One more time.
Coherent is the way in which the ideas are linked in a text. Cohesion is the use of linkers and other grammatical
Devices.
such as the pronouns and
So if your text is coherent, it's because the ideas are related to each other. Yeah, it's coherent. And it needs to be cohesive as well by means of cohesive devices. If you use linkers, if you use the appropriate linkers, the appropriate discourse markers, synonyms, substitution, devices like that, then the form of the text is also related, interrelated. So the use of cohesive devices make the text a whole. You know what I mean? a coherent and cohesive whole. So in order to hold the text together, yeah, it's not just isolated one sentence here, one sentence there. No, hold the text together as a whole. That is a cohesive text and a coherent text. Have a look at the devices that I have here. For example, discourse markers. What is discourse markers here? For example, firstly, blah 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 blah. Secondly, blah 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 blah. As a result, blah 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 blah. These are cohesive devices. They make the text cohesive and coherent. And they are called discourse markers. Yeah? Things like this help the text to be cohesive. Also, if you want your text to be a whole, you know, a pack, you can make use of synonyms. For example, this is just an example. Our business, blah, blah, blah. Yeah? And then you say, our organization, blah, blah, blah. So in order not to repeat the same word over and over again, you use synonyms. So this synonym is referring to this one. So reference in the text, yeah? This is referring to that. It's a synonym. So the use of synonyms also makes the text cohesive, yeah? Substitution, for example, it is similar to that. That is something that we mentioned earlier. For example, as a result, blah, 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 blah. And then I don't want to repeat the same idea again. So I use one word that substitutes a sentence because I don't want to repeat the whole sentence again. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want to repeat again. So I just say that. And this that is referring to the previous sentence. That is called substitution. Referencing, okay? Referencing backwards and referencing forwards. For example, the above are very important ideas. This is referencing backwards, yeah, to previous ideas. The following are some recommendations. This is referencing forwards, yeah, to things that will be mentioned later. So referencing backwards, referencing forwards. These again are cohesive devices that keep the text together as a whole, yeah? Have a look at this. All these data suggests that blah, 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 blah. All these data suggest that this is the use of summarizing nouns and summarizing sentences. To sum up, as a conclusion, all these data, all the things we have discussed, blah, blah, blah. So this is referring to everything, yeah? Referring to everything. This is summarizing expressions. So things like this, yeah? Discourse markers, synonym substitution, referencing, backwards, forwards, summarizing. All these devices make a cohesive text. And I want you to use these devices in your homework, in your report. So far so good? We're going to study some more in the box.
We fail in the use of appropriate
Discourse markers.
no,
Cohesion.
subject. For example, we use a singular subject, but later we refer with a plural. That is coherence or cohesion.
That is grammar in the first place, and I would say that affects the cohesion of the text and more than the coherence, because the idea is the same. Yeah, the idea is the same. You're not changing ideas there. We're gonna have a look at this box together for more information. The above, yeah. The above are, yeah, is referencing backwards. Yeah. The above are, the following are. Okay, we have a box here that talks about cohesion. Perhaps Eva, you can help us reading. Not everything. Later we will change because it's long.
Cohesion refers to the way we use grammar and vocabulary to link sentences together to form a coherent text rather than just a
Collection.
collection of sentences. The main cohesive devices are: 1. Using discursive markers. For example, first be as a result. Repeating ideas using synonyms. For example, business, organization. Substitution. So not yesterday it was cold, but today it is more so. That, those of, similar to that, those of persons in Sweden.
Yes, Mel, you can continue.
Referencing backwards or forwards in the text using reference verbs such as
The.
this, such a, and, the former, the later, the above, the following. Using summarizing nouns, noun phrases, the situation, this issue, these features, such an increase, such evidence, such objections.
Many such schemes. So I just gave you some examples. These are just some examples. I gave you the example of the above and the following, but there are many others. Yeah, many other ways to refer backwards and forwards. There, for summarizing, I told you all these data, blah blah blah. But as you can see, there are many other ways for using summarizing nouns and summarizing sentences. Yeah, we will see some examples in the text now, but you get the idea, right? You get the idea. Especially, I think maybe here you get the idea better than here, but they complement each other. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at the text. I want you to look at the expressions in the information box. We have already looked. No, sorry, not that one. This one. D. Read the whole report again and focus on the language. What idea or information in the report do the highlighted words and phrases refer to? Sometimes they refer backwards, sometimes they refer forwards. This is the use of cohesion. For example, here, when they say, the institution holds just over 200 men. The institution? What is it referring to? The institution? Fernhill Prison. So here, the institution is referring to this. Fernhill Prison. We could say this is a substitution. Yeah? A substitution. One of the devices. Yeah? A substitution. Okay, let's do number 2 together. There is a strong focus on improving basic numeracy and literacy. This is a welcome emphasis given blah blah blah. This. What is this referring to?
To the previous sentence.
To the previous sentence. And more specifically in the previous sentence?
The focus, where they place the focus.
Yeah, the focus on
Improving basic
numeracy and literacy. Yeah, improving. Yeah, the sentence. The previous sentence. So this is referring to the previous sentence. Something like this. Yeah, it's similar to that. Yeah, sort of a substitution, and it's referring backwards. Yeah, referring backwards. This is the way to make the text cohesive. How about the rest of the elements? Discuss with your partner. Oh, I can redo the couples now. 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Rearrange. Oh, maybe I can stop this, yeah?